What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Scythe, and we are back again for some more Astroneer, the final frontier. And we're still on this Uggles ice planet, which, although it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it really is. I mean, look at it. Dare I say, beautiful. Man alive, this place is deadly. Like, seriously. But how y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastically wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. And before we get started, we'd very much appreciate if you would hit that like button for me. And thank you so much if you do. Now, there was actually a small patch that ended up coming out recently that had something very interesting I wanted to mention today, just in passing, that hopefully we'll get to experiment with eventually, not necessarily today. But one thing that I'm noticing immediately that is very unfortunate is almost every time that they end up adding patches to the game that are talking about fixing performance and stuff like that, I'm getting less and less frame rate just generally as we're playing further and further into the game and getting more and more patches. Like, it's like even the last episode, we had more frame rate than this. And not to mention, like, see our cursor, how it's like really wonky and it's really like kind of slightly to the right of our character. And if we go in this direction, or even if I hold it in the center, now it's to the left. Like, things are just really broken with this game, which is unfortunate, despite the fact that, I mean, yeah, it's all in alpha and stuff like that. But anyways, in the patch, it ended up saying fixed a huge performance issue while having like trucks and rovers connected together, which, has anyone even thought of that? I mean, I never saw it because, you know, I try to keep away from spoilers and stuff. But if you've experimented with it yourself, let me know in the comments, folks. Is it actually possible to get a truck and connect the back of it to a rover or another truck and actually have a convoy of the trucks like dragging each other behind for extra space? And if so, how stable is it? How often does the truck detach? And how many can you actually connect together, if that at all is possible? Because I would love to know. Like, that would be so cool. We might try and do that at some point. I don't know if we will get to, like, anytime soon, honestly speaking, because we just simply don't have the resources. Now, while we do have this extra oxygen that I'm grabbing, I'm noticing clouds and stuff in the distance, too. Very weird generation going on with this game. But for today, we're going to spend most of our time probably in the caves, because while I, you know, still am thinking that we might have to actually just go all the way back to our home planet, I don't want to go in this cave. I want to go in a different one. While we might end up having to go to our home planet after all, I want to see how far we can get. You know, I want to see, can we actually, like, is there compound on the planet that we can end up, like, finding a good enough source of it that we could use it and start constructing a bunch of tethers and junk like that, you know, or even just find, like, a spaceship hidden somewhere that we could end up using. I don't know, just something that we could use to get our resources up a little bit and actually, like, progress, you know, instead of just staying, like, dead. Because that's the thing, is it's like, as much as this place is really, really cool, don't get me wrong, but it's like, man alive, this planet is, like, so, like, we are not prepared for it. Like, simply put, we are not prepared at all. So even stuff like this, too, apparently is what the bug was supposed to have, or one of the patch supposed to have fixed quite a bit, was just, physics objects are supposed to not have physics from further distances. So you saw, like, when we came up to these things, then they fell. And what that's supposed to do is prevent a lot of the items, like, from kind of falling in through the world, like, right away, you know? All right, let's grab these right here. We can research those later. We still don't really have the resources to get a research station. As far as I know, it's been a couple days, so pardon me if I am messing up on a couple things here. I gotta be very careful, too, about, like, the acid plants, you know, because thankfully we haven't really ran into them so much. But they really like hanging on the tops of the... Oh my goodness, that sound scared me. They like that one right there. That one right there. That's gonna give us some trouble right there. That might even kill us, and I don't want that to happen because we're lost in these caves without our stupid tethers. There, see, we ended up actually taking some damage right there. And we're taking even more damage. What is constantly shooting at me? I'm not even near it. Go away. Like, seriously? These sound effects are terrifying. Oh, there's lots of acid plants everywhere, dude. And the problem is I already have no idea where we are. Oh man, this is bad. This is a bad planet. Like, seriously, there we go. So at least we're killing these stupid things. Oh, they are shooting their acid at us, though. You can barely see it. It's like a little cloud of fart gas coming at our face, you know? So we gotta be very careful about that. Very, very careful. Let's get these freaks out of here. That one that's on the ground, oddly enough, did not seem to die. Don't point at stuff, please. I'm trying to get that junk out of the way. Okay, well, anyways, you know, I want to kind of go over here to explore a little bit, but I don't know if we're gonna get to. I really don't know. That's the thing. Like I kind of said, folks, like, we may... That thing screamed. We may legit have to just return back to our home planet. Is this thing moving? That's such a weird creature. It's actually like a little animating slime. Oh, well, rip. Oh, there was compound in there. Oh, I saw that compound. I saw that compound. Okay, we gotta act quick too, just because while we're in here, we're still suffocating, and I'm trying to keep track of where exactly that was. I think it was just up over there. Ow! We're getting hit by more of that gross acid stuff. Oh, at least we get to see our death pile. Okay, cool. Cool. So that compound, gotta be very careful of these stupid plants that are all up on the ceiling and stuff. I don't want all these side creatures to end up wrecking my face either, but I really want to get to that compound. You know, if we can, because this is gonna be a huge lifesaver here, dude. Like, legit. Because if we can... I hear acid. Because if we can get this, we might not be stuck on this planet. You know? Like, we legit might actually be doing pretty good. There we go. Okay. So what we gotta do now is act real quick. I see that coal down there as well. We gotta act quick. Get tethers. Come on. There you go. Okay, now we gotta start connecting them and getting them ready. And I mean, even though we're going to end up dead, at least if I can get as close to the cave entrance as possible, then we will be able to kind of salvage this and get ourselves out of here. You know what I mean? Like, even right now, where do we gotta go? I think it was up this ledge and around. Oh man, I'm already lost. Oh, there it was. It was down here. Okay. It was down here, yeah, so we just suffocated. That's okay, because as we kind of get these tethers a little bit more in order... Oh, great, a sandstorm. Thanks for that one. But I'm gonna try and get this under control here, because this is good. I might even take some of our previous tethers. Oh, man, these plants are really trying to tear me apart. Oh, man. Where, do we not have any more tethers? Oh, dude, we don't. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? Because tethers are like so important to us right now on this planet. I'm gonna grab a couple of these to actually go backwards, because then we can expand out as far as we want after we get this kind of secure, right? And I'm gonna have to go down there and kill all these plants so that they get out of my face as well, because this is not gonna work. Ow! Die, you stupid plants. And by die, I mean slowly push them underground. Because that's all we can really end up doing with them, right? But at least we got a lot of power to deal with these freaks, because, man, this planet is like so deadly. I can't even believe it. Okay, so I want to try and flatten this ground out here. That's not flat. Where is a flat ground? Is this one gonna flatten out? There we go. I still love the Terraformer in this game, dude. Like, seriously, it's so cool, isn't it? Like, it's still, like I said in one of the earlier episodes, it still really reminds me of, like, the old Red Faction game, you know? Because I've always kind of been that type of a person, you know, despite the fact that I don't really run these types of games on the channel very often. Like, I really like physics games. That's why, like, even my Human Fall Flat series, like, I really enjoyed that game, you know? It's the same as this Astroneer one I'm really enjoying, but that Human Fall Flat game, I mean, that game's just really, really short, right? I gotta try and flatten this out, too, because this is not gonna work, dude. Okay, there's some really scary, weird dog noises going on that I don't understand. There's a bunch of coal over there, which we don't really need right now, though it would be useful for us for power. Power is not what we're lacking right now. That's the big thing. Like oh, something's trying to acid spit me. That's what's going on. But maybe it can't do it through the floor. I really hope it can't anyways. But I gotta try and get, like, we need compound bad. At least there's compound on this planet. So now we're talking. It still is very, very rare. And technically speaking, this might even actually be very close to the surface. So let's actually find out. Maybe it secretly is. Okay, that's pretty far out there, honestly speaking. Oh, come on. No, stop it, game. When the camera adjusts and you're trying to do something simple, you know? But yeah, I definitely want to see if we can actually see the surface through this cave here, because then it would actually be a lot more convenient. Instead of me having to climb my way back into this cave like all the time, you know? That would be great. This game also really reminds me of there it is, the Grow Home and Grow Up game. Those games are actually really, really awesome physics-based games as well that I would highly recommend if you're into a game like this. Like, really, they're very, very similar, and were designed by Ubisoft, right? Okay, so not exactly sure where our home base is, but if this is closer, then that is definitely a good thing. Let me do a little bit of a cheaty thing here. So we have the tether go through the flooring, and I'm probably gonna have to grab most of those tethers that we just put down, just because we're gonna need them to go deeper into the cave, right? But at the least, okay, so our home is actually, ooh, that's actually quite a ways away, unfortunately. Is that compound over there? Nah, that's not compound. That totally tricked me, silly game. How dare you do that? So there is still this field over in this direction, and honestly speaking, I'm thinking that it might be a good decision to go over there, just because I do think that the resources are probably gonna be a lot more common over there, because, well, maybe anyways. I was just kind of thinking that a flat terrain usually is where compound ends up spawning, which that might not actually be the case. I just kind of am thinking that way, right? Okay, we gotta be very careful about these weird plants that are underneath us. Coal, again, is not something we need. What are these weird tentacle monsters up top? Those things are scary. Oh my, it's trying to attack us through the floor. Was it really? Because that's scary if it's actually doing that, man. Okay, you can die, weird creature. I hope that we just killed it, because that thing was terrifying. I think that was actually that little creature that was crawling on the ground, and maybe the ones up there are kind of crawling around on the ceiling. Die. Oh, that was pretty cool, actually. Oh, no. Hey, there's more compound down there. That might have actually just been part of the same generation, like the same node. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's something different. Yeah, I know there's compound there. Okay, let's see. Hopefully there's more. I mean, at the least... Nah, it doesn't look like it. At the least, this wall right here, we can kind of use to our advantage to get to the lower tier of the cave, right? Oh boy, we don't have any power. That's good. Well, there was a bunch of power back here, so that's okay. So let's do this. And I guess we should grab the coal while it's here, just because, honestly speaking, we're probably going to end up needing it. You know, it will end up being useful for sure. Wow, that's a lot of coal. No, like, seriously, that is a lot of coal. Like, was that all there was to it? Was there just that much? And we got so many things to research with no station to do it with. And honestly speaking, it's not my top priority to get our hands on a research station. My top priority is to get, like, a steady compound. Honestly speaking, I guess I should actually look into what it costs to get ourselves the trading station, right? Because that I think would be almost invaluable to us at this point, to trade for the resources ourselves instead of having to even bother, you know, actually, like, grinding for it. Yeah, I'm actually gonna head back to home base and take a peek at that. Except, unfortunately, just as we're heading back, I'm thinking, I don't think we have any resin to actually construct any of that stuff, right? Oh, great. And as soon as we come up to the surface, there's a stupid sandstorm. Oh, no. And we're actually in it, too, where the rocks are trying to damage me. They're trying to kill me. No. We got hide. We got hide in our little spaceship. Oh, we're actually doing just fine. Okay. Did we even have enough resin to construct another one of these things? I don't think so. Dude, you know what? I don't like it. I really, really don't. But I think we gotta just go back to our home planet here, folks. Like, I really don't like the idea that we do, but I'm pretty sure we just kind of have to, don't we? Oh, wait, what am I thinking? This is the smeltery. Let's take a peek and see the trade platform costs 2 aluminum. Please tell me we have 2 aluminum. We have malachite, which is copper. That's not good. If we had 2 aluminum, we would have ended up constructing a vehicle. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna have to organize all this. Kind of get into my head space here and see, okay, what resources are we going to need? So even as far as these platforms here that are kind of holding these resources, I'm going to leave as many of them here as possible, like as many of the resources here as possible, because if we're going to be going back to home, you know, we're going to have to, like, we can very easily construct more of these not trade platforms, but more of the storage units anyways, right? But otherwise, I'm going to need as much ore as possible, which means we might even have to spend the next episode back on our home planet, you know, just so we can get this all worked out. But otherwise, give me a minute here to kind of organize which inventory items we're going to need. And thankfully, we've got enough fuel to get the job done and not worry about anything. But I really do wish that we didn't have to, like, it's kind of cool the first time because of the roleplay aspect where we're going to have to sit here and wait to actually get in the rotational pull of another planet. But even with that, it means that I'm going to have to try and be very, very clutch with getting all the resources from our first planet, right? Otherwise, we're gonna have to spend a couple episodes there kind of getting things back in order, because honestly speaking, I don't know how long this is going to take here, folks. Like, we may have even got very, very lucky with being close to the other planets. Now, one thing I am noticing that we can do is as this one comes into our rotation, and I really hope it does, but it looks like it might just miss us, which is stupid. Yup, it actually is. That sucks. But we've got so much fuel that this really isn't going to end up being a problem. I do still hope that we can... Oh, the arid planet might be coming up. Okay, so I guess technically that's not too bad, because it only ended up taking like a minute or two. But I'm definitely gonna be cutting these parts of the video heavily as far as the exploration. Like, I still really enjoy this game. Like, to no degree, like I'm really enjoying doing this series, and I'm really thankful that so many of you are tuning in to it, because it's, you know, it's kind of a different type of game that we usually have on the channel. But anyways, let's see, where's our home planet anyways? Is it that one way over there? I think it is. So let's hop over to the radiated. Even if we're using our fuel, that's okay, that's okay. We're not gonna bother going to some of these planets for quite some time though, folks. While I do want to eventually end up kind of exploring all the different planets for sure, we're just gonna have to see what ends up happening with all of that. Is that our home planet? No, why did that little one end up going out of the rotation? Come on, you, get back here. Oh, and would you look at that? So the water planet, or ice planet, maybe that's a water planet, I wonder. But the ice planet now is actually getting into the rotation of the home world. So I guess that means we can just hop from the first starting planet to the Tundra instead of doing this planetary hop thing that we got going on, right? Ooh, come on, planet, come on. Yay, there we go. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna have to sit here and wait for when we actually see our home base on this thing. Oh, there it is. Did we have to choose the bottom one? I know that we had to choose one of them, so I'm hoping that I chose the right one. Because it's already been, it's been like a week for me since I ended up actually being on our home world here. Compound right beside us, beautiful. Like, seriously, that is... Oh, if I could kiss this ground, I would. Honestly speaking, folks, I think that no matter what, I mean, unless we end up going to another planet that's like really, really cool, I think this is always just going to end up being my favorite. Like, there's just something about this one that's just really, really cool and feels like home, you know what I mean? There's some resin right here, apparently. Okay, so let's take a peek. How many storage units are we gonna need? Wowie zowie, hello, homeworld, you're beautiful. Yeah, storage is gonna take a bunch of compounds, so we ended up just getting 2 compound, there you go. And then I'm gonna make some tethers as well. that we can just throw onto this thing. Probably just get a bunch of tethers that we can throw onto the storage unit, like straight up, and then kind of just get things a little bit more in order. But I am noticing that we are on time for today's video, everybody, which is unfortunate because we're here back on our home world and it's all beautiful. Of course, if I end up running into some cool stuff, like I'm noticing over there in the distance, there's actually like a crashed ship, and we'll probably spend like a bit of time on the homeworld here, just kind of getting things all under control and gathered up and stuff. Sure, why not? You know, why not hang out here for a bit just because it's part of the game, and I'd rather include you all in that rather than just going gathering the resources myself and then just skipping back to the planet, right? Because we still might run into something exciting and we don't have to worry about bringing stuff back to research. I might actually try and make ourselves a rover if I can get enough compound 2 in the next episode, so that I can see whether or not we can actually attach these things together. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.